Zealand Prime Minister says borders will remain closed to tourists until citizens are vaccinated.
Here's a summary of the article.
New Zealand has been praised for its quick and stringent actions in controlling the spread of COVID-19 early on, with a total of 2,295 cases and 25 deaths in the nation of 5 million since the onset of the pandemic last year, according to data from the Johns Hopkins Coronavirus Resource Center. Despite successfully flattening the curve, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said in a press conference Tuesday that she won't reopen the nation's borders, which have been closed since mid-March 2020, until its citizens are vaccinated and protected, The Guardian reported. New Zealand will only truly feel like it returns to normal when there is a certain level of normality in the rest of the world too, Ardern said. For travel to restart, we need one of two things. We either need the confidence that being vaccinated means you don't pass COVID-19 on to others, and we don't know that yet, or we need enough of our population to be vaccinated and protected that people can safely re-enter New Zealand, she continued. New Zealand had previously announced that it would be providing free vaccinations to its residents, as well as those of neighbouring countries, including Tokelau, Cook Islands, Niue, Samoa, Tonga, and Tuvalu, NPR reported. New Zealand is a bit different to other countries, she said. Many other countries are prioritizing their older people and those working in healthcare. Our most at-risk people in New Zealand are our border workers.
This post received a score of 64,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
You mean you don't have to keep closing, opening, then closing things again, seemingly at random and for entirely arbitrary reasons? Has anyone told Boris Johnson?
One of the main things we did in New Zealand that Boris completely ignored was when you start a lockdown, you don't declare the end of it until it has achieved what it set out to do. Over and over again he says, we are having an X weeks lockdown ending on Y date. In New Zealand we're having a lockdown and you cunts aren't going outside until we've sorted it.
It's a problem in a lot of areas. Lockdown is called, and perhaps even at the right time, but there often aren't any goals or criteria for what constitutes a safe time to lift lockdown. It just gets extended ad nauseum until eventually it seems right to UN lockdown.
In BC, Canada, it just gets extended a few weeks at a time, until case numbers go down. No penalties to rule breakers. I see no masks inside malls once they get past a security guard, if there is any, and there's no enforcement by employees. Schools, you don't have to mask up all the time. Teachers are maskless in the staff rooms. It's a mess.
Aussie in Florida here. I don't think anyone in Florida government knows what a lockdown is here or gives two shits. They also don't know what social responsibility is, and clearly have no idea what a moral compass is or where to find one. Actually, let me be blunt. The state is being run by a bunch of stupid cunts who seem fine letting people die.
That's normal for Florida.
This isn't surprising. I always assumed that the NZ and Australia borders would remain closed and the quarantine system in place until both the local domestic populations are vaccinated and the incoming travelers are also vaccinated. One without the other doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't see how anyone could think any differently. We're not going to throw away our success with risky behavior after doing the hard yards.
Have they given you guys any timelines in regards to vaccine rollout?
I'm Australian and we are in much the same position as our mates in NZ. I can't speak for them, but our rollout should start later this month. Pfizer has recently been approved. AstraZeneca in process, much of which will be made here. We also have secured Novavax vaccines, but they will come later.
We know there are a large number of countries that are in much more dire situations than New Zealand, she said in her video. It's only right that they are prioritized because of their sheer loss of life. That's a very nice way of saying, we know other countries fucked it up so badly that they are crushing each other to get the vaccine first. Let them, we can wait.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.